Dennis, let's go back a few years to a movie that Ringo Starr made called Caveman.
Caveman.
Now, an early movie experience for you. What impression did that leave on you?
Oh, I wanted to work with Ringo so bad. You know, I grew up when I was a kid, in third, fourth grade, the Beatles came out, and so that was a thrill.
Okay. Now, another movie, a movie that was a big hit for.
Hang on 1 second. You're up the Justice Light. It's off your. I'm sorry.
It's second verse, same as the first.
Stand by.
Say it. Beat.
Okay. You know, a big movie for John Travolta was Urban Cowboy. But what a lot of people don't know is that was originally written for you. Now, what happened and what did that experience, what kind of impression did that leave on you afterwards?
Well, it was disappointing, but that's the way it worked out. That's life.
Okay. And after that, didn't you go to India? And another film was offered to you, and you flew all the way back to Los Angeles for. What movie was that?
Officer and a Gentleman.
And you came
Taylor.
and you.
Yeah, I came all the way back to California. In the meantime, Richard Gere had taken it. So.
Yeah. You know, if that had happened to me, I'd been really, really annoyed. How did you feel after all that?
Oh, really, really annoyed.
Okay. Now, over the years, I mean, you've had some really, really good films, a lot of films that didn't do that well at the box office. How good have you become at predicting which of your movies would do well at the box office and which ones maybe weren't as commercial?
Well, no one ever is able to predict that. If they did, all they do was make hit movies, wouldn't they?
Okay. Okay, have you ever been kind of shocked at movies that have done well and ones that haven't done as well?
I'm not shocked by much in this world.
Okay. Right. Kathleen Turner has always really impressed me, her screen presence. When you found out that she was going to be your co-star, what were your first thoughts?
Well, I've known her for a while, and I really look forward to working with her. She's really good at physical comedy, and we had a pleasant surprise that we had really great chemistry in this movie.
Now, and this movie also requires you to do a lot of acting with a baby in the same shot. Now, being around my baby nieces, I know they're pretty unpredictable. Did that cause any problems at all?
No, this little girl that we had, she was just amazing.
Yeah.
Fell in love with her.
Okay. Now, I've always been interested in the routine that actors have on location. When you go far away and you're on the road, what routine do you follow to make yourself feel more at home?
Well, I bring my pillow with me for one. Gotta have my pillow. And I always like to rent a house rather than stay in a hotel for a while, just to have a kitchen, to have, a yard, neighbors, and all that, and my dog.
Now, I've always been interested in the mementos that actors keep from movies, the specific items from specific films. Over the years, what kind of specific things have you hang on to?
Oh, I hang on to the wardrobe because I hate to shop. So that's how I get my clothes, is movie clothes.
Okay. And actors, during their career, they always seem to be receiving advice from people. Sometimes it's good advice, sometimes it's bad advice. Hopefully, people won't follow the bad advice. But during your career, what would you say was the single worst piece of advice anyone ever gave you? Maybe not advice that you followed, but that you listened to and thought was...
I don't know. Somebody once told me I had small teeth. So, I never got my teeth enlarged, so...
Okay. Now, one last thing I've always been quite fascinated with is how American movies do overseas. Because sometimes movies play here extremely well, they disappear overseas, or vice versa. Have you ever been surprised at how some of your films have been received in foreign markets? Say, Great Balls of Fire?
Well, no, I've never really thought about it much. To tell you the truth, they do have different taste over there, though. That's the truth.
You know, what kind of reactions do you get from foreign fans when you get mail? Has that ever surprised you at all?
Oh, see, I get letters from Japan, which are like haiku poems.
Okay, and if we could, there's about two of your films that, like, to me, were underrated. Everybody's All-American and Great Balls of Fire.
Mm.
Do you look back at those films with any degree of bitterness or any sense of why they didn't do better at the box office?
No, see, I really don't think in terms of the box office. I do
Okay.
movies because I had the joy for me of doing a film is when I do with it. And, you know, I had a great time when I was making those films. I'm glad I did them. They were really good scripts, and it's about all I could do.